Hello everybody, welcome to a video in which I will explain everything about beacons in Minecraft. Beacons are very complex when you think about it, although many people don't see how many features they actually have and don't really focus a lot about them basically. I'm just making a video about them. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share this with a friend. Oh, the game is still loading, okay. Well basically, so now let's talk about beacon itself. How There are different layers to a beacon. As you can see here, this is a 4-tier beacon, aka the best. Here is the smallest beacon that you can possibly make in the entire game. It's a 1-tier beacon. Here is a 2-tier beacon, and here's a 3-tier beacon. It becomes harder to make the next level as you require more blocks. You can build them out of gold, iron, diamond, netherite, or emerald. And yes, you can mix and match them if you want. However, I feel that looks ugly. Unless you do it on the inside. Because if you do it on the outside, it looks really ugly in my opinion, if you mix and match them. Although you can do that, if you're a bit low on resources. You can build an emerald beacon. Basically, if you have lots of villagers, you can build a gold beacon from something like a gold farm. You can build an iron beacon from an iron farm. Diamonds, there isn't really a way to farm them. You kind of just have to mine for them. And netherite, I mean, some few people have attempted the challenge to build a netherite beacon, and it has been done a fair few times. Wait, did I say a fair few times? No, it's been done like 5 times. You can search for YouTube videos of people building the entire netherite beacon. Anyways, this is what you need to build a beacon. You need 164 blocks of. You could just mix and match, but I'm just talking about the full beacon. Yeah, this is what you need. By the way, you don't need any glow item frames. I just put those to fill in those holes. You can power these. You can power a beacon by using netherite ingot, emerald, diamond, gold ingot, or iron ingot. So basically, I'm just going to get a few things. Now, I'm just going to talk about the most simple beacon, then I'm going to go up to the bigger ones, basically. Also, by the way, if you go to Y level 1124, the beacons will actually stop generating, which is pretty funny in my opinion. Because, you're not, actually meant to see that. Although, in my opinion, it's very funny how at just Y level 1124, and the game literally won't generate the beacon color properly, won't generate this beam properly. It's pretty weird. Now, it's still generating normally because we haven't reached 1124. I'll just put a. This is gonna take some time. So let's talk about some other things. Yeah, I don't really know. You can actually reach this in survival by using an elytra, and this is an elytra is 15 times faster than basically just floating in creative. Although I'm using this method because, well, in survival, wow. So I mean, you guys can skip 20 seconds of the video. Really, I mean, there really isn't much to do right now. I mean, I'm just floating, so I mean, when it reaches 1124, I'll show that. Anyways, I'll just get an ender pearl, so I can return to the ground very easily. By the way, you can I'm going to be talking about how basically a beacon works basically, and you can actually customize it in many different ways. You can you can put glass panes and glass to change the color of the beacon light. Also, by the way, the game is still generating it normally, but after 200 blocks from now, it will have complications in generating. For some reason, the game just doesn't know how to generate the beacon light properly, and yeah, we've already reached it. I could just shoot the ender pearl now, because it will probably take quite some time for the ender pearl to reach the ground. And yeah, we've reached it. Oh wait, it's much higher. It's 1,129. Wow. I actually didn't know that. Any second now. The ender pearl should have hit the ground. Or maybe I'm just too high for the ender pearl to... Oh. Yeah, I was way too high. Apparently you can only shoot a pearl about like 300 blocks until, Oh! It actually says what kind of tool you need to break this block. It says iron tool. Needs iron tool. It just needs a stone tool. Needs diamond tool. That's pretty cool. Well, basically now, let's talk about the beacon. You build a beacon by putting it in this formation of a 9 by 9 area, and if you have to fill the inside if you're wondering. And you can build it out of literally anything. You could even mix a match. And if you put a glass pane, or even, yeah, as you can see, or even a glass block, you can sort of like change the color. Like, for example, I can do this. By the way, you have to shift to do this for some reason. Yeah, so as you can see, you can kind of mix the color, and you can make a specific area with a specific color. Which I think is pretty cool, to be honest. Wow, I didn't even see that. As you can see, the color gets mixed, and here the color renders in only black. The color renders in only pink. They have to be like far away. They have to be 2 blocks away for them to render in their original color, I think. Now, see, it will be fully, but now when we place another one, it's completely black. So yeah, it kinda, it has a lot to it. This mechanic of the glass, basically. Although I won't go too much detail about it. I won't go into too much detail, but basically. So now let's talk about what effects you can get. With a 4-tier beacon, you can get speed, haste, resistance, jump boost, strength, or regen. You can pick 2 powers. You can also pick 2 primary powers, or you can pick, like, for example, level 2 of any effect. Fun fact, the beacon is the only way to get haste, and the beacon is the only way to get resistance without slowness, because you can get it from Potions Hero Master. I would recommend watching my video on potions if you wanted to learn more about that, but basically, by the way, you don't have to put regen, and you can only pick 2 things. Let's just say we want regen and haste. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, a beacon, a 4-tier beacon that can go up to 50 blocks, and you'll still get its effects, and you'll have, instead of like a normal gray outline with potions, you have a blue one, and it will last 17 seconds. Here will, the 3rd-tier beacon, 40 blocks, and it will last 15 seconds, 30 blocks, and it will last 13 seconds, 11 seconds, and it will last 20 blocks. Now, what else? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, you can actually put 2 primary powers, although the game doesn't make it that obvious. Like, for example, we can have jump boost and haste. Oh yeah, it's a. Wait, what? But it's a 4 tier. Oh, I don't think. I think you can do that. Basically, let's just continue and speed and jump boost. By the way, you can give yourself level 2 of anything if you want. And finally, let's give ourselves resistance, because why not? Hey! Now, I'm just gonna go in detail on what every effect does. Haste, it's the only way to get it with a beacon, by the way. It's the only way to get haste, you have to use a beacon. Haste basically allows you to break blocks much faster. Regen basically just means that you heal, and it doesn't matter what your hunger is. Get out. Strength basically just means that you'll do more damage. Speed basically means that you'll be faster. Jump boost basically just means that you'll go higher. And I think that's all that there is. Oh yeah, resistance will make you have less damage, and speed will basically just make you go faster. Now, what about these beacons? They cost less, however they are much weaker. You can't put to 2 effects, and you can only get till strength, as you can see. With this one, you can only get resistance, jump boost, haste, and speed. And you can't get them to level 2. Oh yeah, also this beacon. You also can't get it to level 2. And you can't put 2 effects at the same time. And you only unlock regeneration as if you have a full beacon. And you only get speed and haste if you have a 1 tier beacon. So yeah. So now, what do you need to build a beacon? Because we already know the blocks are. You need 3 glass, 5 obsidian, and a Nether Star. Nether Star is the only thing hard to get, so now I'm just going to show some ways to get the Nether Star. One method, which I think has been patched in Bedrock, although I'm not sure. Maybe you can still do it, although I think it's very deadly. Oh yeah, night vision. Oh yeah, I should give myself night vision. Basically, this method is that you spawn the Wither inside of Deep Slate, basically inside of a cave. This is what you'll. Okay, now you don't need specifically this good gear. However, I'm just gonna use it to like speedrun the fight, basically. You can also turn your difficulty to easy. However, do be warned, if you go to peaceful, you'll literally just completely despawn the Wither, and you'll have to get Wither skeleton skulls and soul sand um all again. So yeah, that would be that's a very bad idea if you were planning on that. Now let's go to easy. Okay, now we want to kind of be far away because, well, as we can see, the Wither is completely stuck. When it reaches its middle phase, it will basically just... We can't hurt it with a bow, as you can see. But now, we just swap to our sword. Dude, that was like the easiest Wither fight ever. Okay, well, that was like the easiest Wither fight ever. Another thing you could do... Wow, wow. Oh yeah, because meadows generate deep darks under them. Game's lagging. Another thing that you could do is, oh my, this. Also, by the way, beacons can work in the end and nether, if you were wondering. Now, this method, it's so easy to the point that it actually feels like cheating in a way. It's actually mostly cheating. But basically, this method, you go west. If you're on Java, you can just see with the F3 menu. However, if you're on Bedrock, you should bring a sunflower because they will face east, and then just go the other opposite direction. Then just dig a hole until you see each corner, as you can see, as it's spherical shaped. And then, well, I don't even need anything because, as I said, it feels like cheating. So, all that you really need is, well, you can even do this with your fist, although it's so slow if you do that. Now, this is all I'm going to be doing. Basically, what you do is that you build a T shape. Yeah, something like this. And then, by the way, you have to face west, otherwise the wither will go out of the. Basically, with this method, the wither cannot escape, and as we can see, it will start to suffocate. Wow, I broke some of the portal blocks. Yeah. Oh yeah, we. So now we go down, and we just hit it. If you use a knockback weapon, you could actually knock it out. So don't use a knockback weapon when doing this. Yep, and that's it. So yeah, you could just do that method, which is just completely cheating the wither. At least in my opinion, it's so easy to the point that it's like cheating it. But now, basically, by the way, if you're wondering, in the Nether and the End, beacons can work. Yes, I can. By the way, because in the Nether there's a Nether roof, you have to break the blocks above you to for the beacon to actually work. I'm just going to do this so skeletons and ghasts don't kill me. It can actually pass through the bedrock, thankfully, so maybe you could do something like ancient debris mining, and don't worry, you can have your haste beacon. So yeah, you could do that. And really, I think that's all to beacons. Really, they're just some late game thing that you get because they give you fun superpowers. That can be very useful. By the way, if you're wondering, if you want to know about effects, check out my potion video. It will seriously help. Basically, the beacon. Now you're probably wondering, but why would I want a beacon? Why would I have to go? Why would I want to go through all this effort just to get a beacon? By the way, you don't have to kill it. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I should just answer the first question. I should stop moving away from my questions. Well, the reason you want a beacon is because it will seriously help you. And now, the obsidian is very easy to obtain, and glass is even easier. So I won't go in depth about how to obtain those. But basically, oh yeah, wait. What did I want to say? Hmm. Um. By the way, do you know that you can MLG with beds? Well, a challenge that I'd always like to recommend is basically to just try to build every type of beacon. I'd say it's a really fun challenge to attempt, and in my opinion, it's a really good idea. Well, guys, I think that's gonna be it. Honestly, there really isn't anything else to the beacon. Also, by the way, if you don't place the beacon onto anything, like for example, you don't give it any blocks, or you don't put it on any blocks, or at least not on any block like these, it will actually not even power, and it won't even make this beam that you see. And as I've shown, they have different power levels, and they can give you different effects. Well, guys, I think that's going to be it, to be honest. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend. And if you want to know more about effects, go check out my potion video. It will seriously help. And goodbye.